Meantime, speaking of tariffs, we are getting some breaking news on that from the White House. Let's get to Eamon Javers. Hey, Eamon.
Hey there, Carl. That's right. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt talking about this Walmart issue and tariffs just a short time ago here in the White House press briefing this morning. She was asked, and part of the political difficulty for this White House is that the president's position has been that the Chinese are paying the tariffs, not sort of acknowledging the reality of the situation, which is that tariffs are charged to American importers at the point of importation. So American companies pay the tariffs. Their position has been that the Chinese are paying the tariffs and will eat those costs. So Leavitt was asked a short time ago whether or not that means that the president's tweet about Walmart means that, in fact, Americans will be paying the tariffs. And she did not agree with that. What she said was, she said she feels that the CEO of Walmart made that comment while he was on an earnings call, and she feels that CEOs on earnings calls are expected to give the worst case scenario. They say that the reality is that Chinese producers will be absorbing the cost of tariffs, and that's why China was so quick to hustle to the table. And inflation, she pointed out, is declining in large part because energy costs are coming down. And Kevin Hassett, the chairman of the Council of Economic Advisors, this morning said, or National Economic Council, I should say, this morning said the same thing. He pointed to energy costs and inflation when asked about the Walmart comments, saying that those costs are coming down, and so therefore costs for Americans will be coming down more broadly, guys.
Thank you very much, Eamon. Of course, we know that retailers could try to ask producers in China to absorb some of that, but you are right. The tariff is actually charged on that bill of lading when it comes into the United States. And so whoever owns those goods when they come in, that's
and the argument,
that tariff bill.
The argument, Courtney, just real quick, the argument has been from this White House that, even though the tariffs are charged to the American importers here, they can have a lot of leverage in pushing the Chinese suppliers because the Chinese suppliers need access to the U.S. market, right? They need access to the U.S. consumers. So their argument here has been behind the scenes, they can force the Chinese suppliers to eat the cost of the tariffs because of that market access issue. And that's a question for retailers to tell us whether they're having success in those kinds of negotiations.
Right, exactly. That's a very good point. And Walmart CFO did tell me, look, we're talking to everyone in the supply chain and all of our suppliers and vendors and seeing who can do what along the way. But it seems to remain that no one party is going to be able to absorb all of it. And at best case, maybe it will be split between the parties before it gets to the consumers. But Eamon, thank you very much for that update. Keep us abreast if anything else happens.